Okay, so many of you are experiencing a softening market or a changing market where you're at. We're seeing a little bit of it here in different areas of Texas. The coastal bend where I'm at, it is softening in some areas of the coastal bend. I've noticed that. So I wanted to share with you this strategic marketing strategy that I've used for about 3.5, 4 years now, and it works both in an appreciating market as well as in a declining or softening market. The last two properties I just sold, both of them had more than full price offers on them, and we ended up going on to contract on one of those at more than my ask price. So this can allow you to, if utilized properly, can allow you to still get full price offers even in a softening market. Obviously, the goal of a buyer is to get their property or their offer, I should say, submitted and negotiated before another buyer has an opportunity to submit their offer and take away some of their leverage when dealing with the seller. My goal as a seller is to get more than one offer so that I can have multiple offers before I begin any negotiation. So what I've done is used a strategic marketing strategy, and here's how it works. We're going to first start with strategic pricing. What that means is as you would in any case, you're going to find out what the fair market value is, and you've got to be accurate on that, right? And the reason why is because once I determine that true, fair, and accurate fair market value, I'm going to market my property 5 to 9% below that fair market value. Now, here's how I do it. If comparable homes are selling in less than 30 days, I'm going to market my property at 5 to 6% below that fair market value. And if comparable homes are selling in more than 30 days, 40, 45, 50 days, I'm going to market my property at 7 to 9% below that fair market value, because that pricing is what drives that immediate interest due to the perceived value compared to your competition. Now, when I say full price offers, I'm saying that's full price offers based on the fair market value, not this discounted marketing price. So keep that in mind. Let's talk a little bit about strategic marketing. Well, I use an offer period, and it's simply a period of time in which I'm allowed as a seller to collect offers, right? Now, my offer period will always begin on a Saturday. No exceptions. My offer period always begins on a Saturday, and here's why. I will do either an 11-day or a 16-day offer period. So if homes are selling quicker than 30 days, less than 30 days, I will do an 11-day offer period. That gives me 2 full weekends on the market. If comparable homes are selling in more than 30 days, I'm going to do a 16-day offer period, which then gives me 3 full weekends on the market. And then I'm going to notify everybody who submits an offer. And in all my marketing, it'll say the seller will review offers on day 12 or day 17, whichever offer period you're using. But even more critical is I'm always going to have it marketed with this statement in it. Seller reserves a right to terminate the offer period early and accept an offer. I want to retain that at all times. And there's a couple of reasons for that we'll talk about in just a moment. So what are the benefits of doing this strategy? Well, obviously, it gives you time to get more eyeballs on the property. The more buyers that view it, the better chance of multiple offers, which is my ultimate goal. It creates buyer urgency due to the fear of loss. If buyers know they're not just competing one-on-one with the seller, they're competing with other buyers, they're probably going to be a little more fearful that they could lose the property if they really love it. Obviously, it increases your chances of getting a cash buyer, and that's very powerful to give time to get not just the finance buyers through, but get some cash buyers as well. It increases the chance of working direct with a buyer and saving that commission. Last year, a little over 50%, like 52% of my sales, I worked direct with the buyer. This is a wonderful strategy for being able to work direct with the buyer and eliminating having to pay that commission. And of course, it allows time for motivated out-of-town buyers to view the property. And that's also been a very good source for me, is getting time, allowing enough time for out-of-town buyers to come in, because they're very motivated buyers. In most cases, they don't want to keep traveling back and forth. And getting those out-of-town buyers is just absolutely critical. So what are some of the disadvantages, if you will, of this strategy? Well, I will tell you up front, and I won't mince any words here, buyers hate it. Buyer agents hate it. Buyer's agent, They despise the strategy because they lose some leverage. Essentially, what you're doing is you're disrupting the normal game, right? Where they're competing directly with the buyer or the seller with their offers each time instead of having to compete with other buyers. They don't like that. So some agents may even refuse to show the property. I've had that happen where they submitted an offer, refused to show it, or if they submitted an offer, they threatened to pull it if I didn't respond to it immediately. And I just say, I'll looked at it, and said, well, it's not one that's going to cause me to terminate the offer period. You'll have to wait. If they want to pull it, pull it. But I'm not going to let them dictate how I do my marketing. And the strategy works. You will have to do a written bullet point explanation of the offer period for agents and buyers, and include in that explanation, or include the explanation in the MLS supplements for the agents to be able to pull up. You've got to put an explanation of it in the Dropbox folder if you send out direct to buyers and so forth, along with all the other pertinent documents, your seller's disclosure and lead-based paint disclosures, or whatever else you may have. But don't try to explain it every time an agent or buyer calls. Just send them the document. I send them a Dropbox folder, a link to it. So it's got everything they need, all the inspections, seller's disclosure, all the addenda, exhibits, and it's got this explanation in it. You will waste a tremendous amount of time because, again, all they have to do is go read it. But a lot of times, especially agents, they don't like this and they want to argue the point. Don't fall for it. So what are some key points here? Well, it requires patience. This strategy requires patience. If you want to get your property sold ASAP, you've got to have it sold in 10 days or something. This is probably not the right strategy for you. Don't feel you need to disclose how many offers you receive. I get this all the time. I'll be on the market for 4 hours, and I start getting calls from agents. How many offers do you have? I don't have to share that information with them. Typically, I will tell them either I've got no offers at the moment or I've got multiple offers if I have 2 or more offers. But I don't tell them how many offers I've got. It's not necessary. If you don't get an acceptable offer during your offer period, well, what are your options? Well, you can take your highest and best offer, counter that one, or you can reject all the offers and start a new offer period if you want. Or what I've done sometimes is just raise the price back to the fair market value and continue marketing. There's no law says you can't raise the price on your property. I know traditional thinking says you can't do it. I've done it on 2 of them here this year, and both of those ultimately ended up at full price or above on the contract. So you can do it. Rejected buyers often circle back after the offer period is over. And that's a very key point. Even after the offer period is over, you can still get full price offers on your house because some of those that were rejected will circle back around. They really wanted the house. They'll come back around and say, okay, we're not going to play games. Let's move forward with our best offer. You got to inform buyers and agents that they have to submit their highest and best offer initially. We're not going to play the traditional real estate game. We're going back and forth and back and forth. Once you get all your offers in, that's when you will look at them and say, which of these is going to be best suited? If none of them, reject them all. If there's one of them you can work with, do that. But don't start going back to each of the agents and say, now give us your highest and best offer. It defeats the purpose of having this, using this strategy. If there's any questions about this, give me a call, shoot me an email, reach me on Facebook or whatever. I'm just telling you, if you're in a softening market, you've got to adapt your marketing strategies. And this one has worked very well for me over the last 3 or 4 years.